The Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, Dan Kanamwa, has commended the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, for their decisive actions in curbing the operations of illegal petroleum outlets. According to Dan Kanamwa, these illicit activities not only jeopardize the safety of consumers but also pose a significant threat to the surrounding communities. Here are further details. In recent developments, the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, undertook an operation in the Upper East region to crack down on 16 unauthorized petroleum reseller outlets, commonly known as Gao. The NPA observed that these outlets lack the necessary safety measures and infrastructure required for the proper handling and storage of petroleum products. Dan Kanamwa, serving as the Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, fully supports the efforts made to address these unauthorized reseller outlets.
The OMC, so properly licensed, don't just build fuel stations, but they build to a standard that ensures that the hydrocarbons stored underground do not, get to evaporate needlessly and create a danger to the environment and any chances of explosion. What the NPA is doing is what it ought to have done long ago. Unfortunately, in the past, the argument has been that some communities do not have properly sited filling stations, and there are people who would still need hydrocarbons. So it was a chicken and egg. You need to probably close a blind eye to something so that people do not also have to commute for tens of kilometers just to buy petrol. But as development is catching up with all those places, it becomes incumbent on the NPA to ensure that those operating illegally are clamped down upon. And we support them 1,000% for doing what the Act 691 enjoins them to do. Secondly, those who operate illegally, it is difficult to track and trace taxes because what they are selling is not what has gone through your ERDMS system that will record how much the OMC has lifted, so you need to pay taxes on them. And so even for finance-wise, it is prudent that the NPA would clamp down on them.
Dan Kanamwa further calls upon the NPA to broaden the scope of the operation, encompassing urban areas due to the heightened safety risk posed by Gao resellers.
It is not only in the upper regions that the Gao guys operate. When you come here to Accra, the Tor enclave, some guys have been selling petrol in yellow gallons and blah blah. Of course, people will be able to go there and access cheaper fuel. But as to whether the product is clean enough, one for your engines, whether they are even safe enough, considering that there are strategic investments in that enclave. If people are still handling products without any good supervision or standards being met, they endanger that entire enclave. The NPA would need not to only focus on the upper regions, but also some of these spots where people sell fuel in yellow gallons that are probably not marked.